joined in studio, as we are after every victory on a Monday, by Bills team reporter Maddy Glab for what else? The Maddy Awards, which are presented by Energy Mark, the official energy supplier to the Buffalo Bills. Good afternoon, Maddy.
What's up, guys? Happy to be in with you today, celebrating this Victory Monday and the Buffalo Bills' birthday and your dog's birthday, Tasker.
Vern.
Wow, what
Happy
a day.
birthday, Vern.
The Bills are 65 years old today, and my dog Vern is
How
9.
old?
Which in dog years is 63. So there you go.
Presto
He's
changes
Whoa.
right there. It's right
Hey,
with
now.
him. There you go.
That's some quick math there.
That's right.
I knew my
very
sevens
nice.
times tables. Once we got up to 11 or 12, it got a little dicey, but
Yeah.
I was good on the sevens.
So this is it's been a streaky season. 3 weeks with Maddy Awards, 2 weeks off, and now we're up to third streak.
Now we're going 3 straight.
Yeah, there
Let's
we go.
make it 4 straight.
Very nice. So let's start it off.
All right.
The tone setter. Let's
The
set the tone.
Tone Setter Award is going to the fast start on both sides of the ball. Coaches and players talked all week about getting off to a faster start, as they'd been known for a team that was a strong second half team. They were done hearing about that. They wanted to come out with some gas and start this game off fast. Well, the defense has 2 3-and-outs to start the game. The offense scores on their first drive. They don't just score quick. They milk the clock, put together a 90-yard scoring drive that takes more than 9 minutes off of the clock. The fast start set the tone for the rest of the game. They weren't playing like, oh no, we've got to get a lead here. We're playing down. They were playing with a lead. Still competitive, but with a calmness about them that says, we just got to stay the course here. And it results in 31 points on the scoreboard for the offense. This was their most complete game yet this season, and I think the quick start plays into that, being able to set the tone, set the table on both sides of the ball, and it was consistent throughout the entire game.
Yeah, I keep using the term wire to wire. From the opening start line to the finish line, they played very well on both sides of the ball, real consistent.
Yeah. Speaking of consistent,
Speaking
if you
of
gave any
consistent-
Bills fan the title to this award, I think most of them could get it in one guess, but Mr. Consistent.
Khalil Shakir, he has been so consistent this season. He had a strong performance against Seattle. When Allen looked for Shakir, he was there to make the catch and then fight for those extra yards. Shakir had a career-high 9 receptions yesterday. He has caught 36 of his 38 targets this season. He is so reliable in this offense. He makes the offense better because when he's in it, Josh Allen can find him, and most of the time, if not all the time, it's going to be a catch for Khalil Shakir. He had 107 receiving yards yesterday. 89 of those were after the catch, yards after the catch. That led the NFL yesterday. He's not just consistent when he's targeted, he's consistent when he has the football in his hands. He can really make a defense work because he gets extra yards when he has that football in his hands.
Yeah, so he's 9 of 10 yesterday, and the other target got batted out of the air by a defensive end. Wasn't a drop. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
He caught the 9 that actually reached him. The one that didn't got batted out of the air, so he gets 9 for 10. It's not like he dropped it. You know what I mean? He's unbelievable.
Yeah, he is. That has been the biggest, I think, the biggest attribute to his career here. When he's gotten on the field, the guy just catches everything they throw to him. And like we said, you said all the yards after catch. And I was talking earlier in the show, they can't knock him off balance.
I know.
They have to drag him down or get
built
around
low
him.
to the
They have
ground.
to tackle him. He has turned into a really elite slot receiver in the NFL.
All right, we keep it simple here with best catch, which I think most people will be able to get on the first guess too.
Rookie wide receiver Keon Coleman had the best catch of yesterday's game. That catch is worth visiting multiple times. So let's do it again. Coleman showcased his ball skills when he went up in the air for that one-handed touchdown grab yesterday on the first drive of the game. It was a beauty, and he did it against a cornerback named Reek Woolen, who went into yesterday's game allowing just a 16.3 passer rating in coverage, the best in the NFL. That shows how much trust this coaching staff has in this rookie wide receiver to go back to him again. He makes the catch for a touchdown. I believe Coleman took another step yesterday. In last week, he took a step showcasing, hey, I've got a better feel for this offense. I feel comfortable in this offense now. Yesterday, I believe he took a step forward saying how he showcased just how he can impose his will on opposing defenses. He played tough, and he didn't look like a rookie out there. He looked like somebody that was confident and was kind of like, don't mess with my stuff, because if you throw a ball my way, I'm going to make a great play at a contested catch. And he had a couple of those yesterday.
Yeah, I was telling Steve earlier in the show, I'm sitting there in the post-game press conference, it's him and Khalil up there, and somebody asks Keon, what was different about the first throw to you in the end zone that didn't connect with the second one? And he goes, not much. I just told Josh, throw it higher. Like, not a problem. Like, just throw it another foot higher, and I'll just go get it. And that way the other guy can't jump that high. He won't get it. It was so matter of fact. Like, he wasn't trying to be cocky or anything. He's just like, I just told him, throw it higher. I'll get it.
The attitude he showed in that game yesterday was completely different than he was a month ago. And it served him extremely well, and I think it's going to serve the team extremely well.
Yeah. Big man ballin'.
Big man ballin', that is going to Austin Johnson for his defensive lineman interception. We love when the big guys get involved in things, and Austin Johnson got his first ever interception in his football career, guys. Hasn't happened in the NFL, didn't happen in college, didn't happen in high school. His first ever interception. The defensive line was getting after Seahawks quarterback Geno Smith. It was only a matter of time before they picked one off and got it into their hands, because Greg Rousseau started off strong with 2 batted passes on that first drive, and you just knew something is going to happen because of the way that this defensive line is playing. Well, it results in an Austin Johnson interception, and the offense follows it up with a touchdown to go up 24-3.
Yeah, that play was the Bills' defense, and I know our fans that call our show and stuff, they get frustrated with these teams' ability to throw screens against our guys and throw those little swing passes.
Yeah, because they're an up-the-field penetrating.
Because our defensive line is so aggressive and fast. Listen, that's why sooner or later teams stop doing it during the games, because if our team sees it quick enough, it's a bad play, not just a negative play, but a turnover.
I think the other thing, too, we talk about how the team has gotten better with each passing week. This defense has seen so many screens that they can sniff them out better. It's like you always say, the best kick return teams in the league are the teams that are getting scored on all the time because they have the most kick returns on the season.
You get live reps.
They've seen so many screens, they're sniffing them out better. The ironic thing was Casey Toohill on that play didn't recognize it was a screen, but once you're committed, keep on going. Try to impact the quarterback in some way, and he put his hands up and
that ball actually got tipped twice. Casey Toohill got it, and also the running back tipped it as well. It got tipped twice before it got into Austin Johnson's hands. Tough catch, but when it hits you right in the gut, you'd be mad if you didn't catch it. Great job all around. You could see it wasn't just Austin Johnson there. It was Daquan Jones was running over there. They had some dudes chasing that guy down. So it was going to be a bad play, even if Austin Johnson didn't pick it up.
And that kind of leads us into the next one, the Best Line Award, although this is a different kind of line than you're thinking of.
This is a different kind of line. We're not talking about offensive linemen, defensive linemen here. We're talking about sentences that were said during this broadcast. Erin Andrews had an incredible sideline hit in this one. She said, guys, defensive tackle Ed Oliver came up to us before the game. He went up to Tom Brady and said, "Hey, Tom, do you miss me?" And I just thought that was so funny. I love the attitude that Ed Oliver has as
I think Tom was his first career
as a
sack.
human. And Brady said, "No, I don't miss the pressure that you put on me when I was in games." So I had to call that out because I just laughed when I heard Erin Andrews talk about it on the broadcast.
Yeah, I think he was his first career sack, if I remember right. That was Ed's first career sack.
That smells right. I don't know if it is. I think it is.
It's a total Ed Oliver line.
Yeah, it is. Oh my God, it is.
Yeah, so that's awesome. And that game yesterday in Seattle, I don't know what you thought. What did you think of the job Brady did? broadcasting the game.
I thought what he had to say, I mean, he was very complimentary of Buffalo on offense for sure and defense as well. I thought he had some great nuggets on Josh Allen just as a quarterback and just on the Bills as a whole, Sean McDermott. You can tell he's a fan of this coaching staff, a big fan of Josh Allen and the way that they've operated, getting 4 straight AFC East titles, hopefully en route to a 5th straight with the way that they're leading the division right now.
Looking pretty good. We got to go to the Heating Up Award. And this is kind of an area that's been a little bit of a bugaboo for them despite their early season success, but it looked better yesterday.
Third down defense and offense has not been a bright spot for this team this season, but they have a chance to turn it around and make it into that if they build on what happened in yesterday's game. The offense converted 53% of their third down opportunities, and on defense, they limited the Seahawks to converting just 1 of their 7 third down opportunities. That is growth. This was a team on offense and defense who ranked in the bottom half of the NFL, really the bottom third of the NFL if you looked at what the Bills did on offense converting third downs and what the defense did in limiting opponents to convert third downs. It was a different story yesterday on both sides of the ball. I would love to see them build on this and turn it into something that's special the rest of the season.
Yeah, and if you think about it, they were really better than those numbers at the end indicate because Mitch Trubisky comes in and they're just handing the ball off at the end of the game. They don't get 2 third down conversions, and then the last one's a kneel down. So arguably they were like 8 for 12 before Trubisky comes in. So it was even better than the numbers at the end of the game indicate, which is certainly an encouraging sign going forward. All right, last award here. The assist.
The assist is going to the fan base, Bills Mafia. Way to do your job yesterday in Seattle. You brought the noise for sure because our head coach, Sean McDermott, was talking about it on the podium, and several players were also talking about it. In fact, Seahawks quarterback Geno Smith said in his post-game press conferences that at time his home game felt like an away game. That home field advantage wasn't there for the Seahawks throughout the entire game, especially at the end when you could really hear Bills Mafia come alive and celebrate a big victory on the road in the rain. Seattle is known as one of the hardest places to play because of what their fans do, because of how loud they are. Well, that wasn't the case yesterday because Geno Smith was saying, hey, Bills Mafia, you brought it.
And that's, that you can take that with you, too, to any place you go to. Certainly home fans, when their team's good and they're playing well and they're winning, everybody's great. But there is a blueprint for making a road game more tolerable, and that's getting off to a fast start like the Bills did. That's like going 3 and out on the first few series of the game. It was much like the start that the Tennessee Titans got off to in Highmark Stadium the week before the Bills walked them down and took the lead before halftime. That kind of game, we've seen it. That's what you have to do in a really difficult environment. It's what the Bills have done in Kansas City a few times in the regular season where they go in there and they beat that team. You get up on them, you hang in there, it's hard for that crowd to feel good. You know, they're too anxious to stand up and scream and yell. And certainly over the course of the history of the Seahawks, they have been known. That play, and I know.
Well, it goes all the way back to the Kingdome days.
Kingdome. That place was tough to play in, very tough.
And, you know, being there yesterday, we kind of got a taste of what the canopy might do on the new stadium here, because on the 2 sides of Lumen Field, it's a hard canopy, like construction, bracing, you know, full concrete stuff. And it does trap the noise and rain it back down on the field. So we got a taste of that yesterday. I had kind of forgotten what it sounded like there, having not been there since the Monday night game in 2016, and that was loud. But you kind of forget over the years, and just being back out there again in an open air booth, it's like, okay, yeah, that's a thing. So it's kind of exciting a little bit about what we're going to get here in 2026 for the start of the season. Maddy, appreciate the awards as always. Hopefully, you know, if you're willing, and the Bills are as well, let's do it again next week.
Let's make it 4 straight.
That's a goal.
So those are the Maddy Awards presented by Energy Mark.